Now, you were asking for $7,000.
Yes, the reasoning behind that is I'm asking for the total cost of my vehicle, which is the estimate.
But you had a repair cost estimate, no?
Yeah, that's the estimate. The preliminary estimate is how much it's going to cost to actually fix my vehicle. That's why I'm asking for the $7,000, because the $7,000 together is loss of wages plus the total amount of my vehicle.
But that's not what you said here. You said exactly the opposite. You said I requested $7,000. This amount accounts for just the loss of my vehicle. So even though you knew it was only going to cost $5,600 to repair your vehicle, you told them $7,000 just for the vehicle?
No.
I mean, it seems like you're trying to milk this for all it's worth.
No, I understand where you're coming from. This was because I've had car accidents before, and I've been able to kind of assume the amount. And the reason why, again, got the $7,000 was because the amount of the Blue Book Kelly value of my car, which I knew was going to be totaled, which I think it's at
$6,000.
Yeah,
Still
about
less than 7.
Still not $7,000.
So how I calculated the $7,000 was if you do $25.98, which was my rate of pay, times 6.5 hours is the amount of hours that I missed from my job, plus the 8 days that I missed and I wasn't able to go to work. That's where I'm getting the additional amount.
Okay, so now you're saying the 7 accounts for lost
everything.
wages and the loss of your car.
Yeah, I apologize.
Okay.
I see where the confusion could have gotten there.
Okay, Gene, why were you willing to resolve this for $1,000 if it was not Olene's fault?
So basically, she's right. I gave my number because Olene asked me to give her number because she doesn't speak English. If somebody called her, she would be like, you know.
My first accident.
Okay, so one day when I was in Tahoe, somebody called me, and it was like strange thing. I didn't understand what he was saying, and she was like, "You like father or something of the Olene. I want you to understand. You need to settle this."
Did you talk about money?
Yeah, she said she was threatening with a lawsuit and this and that. I'm like, okay, I'm not her father. I'm her friend,
Okay.
and I will tell that to Olene.
Answer me this, Olene. If the accident was his fault, why didn't you file a claim with his insurance? You can get your car fixed through someone else's insurance. You understand that, right? Did you understand that?
I have now a claim.
When you found the time to get around to fixing your car, which you fixed, correct? Is your car fixed?
Yeah, but need go work. I need work. It's not
Okay.
stop.
No, she's saying she's filed a claim, but it wasn't like right away. It was recently, actually.
Okay, go ahead.
This is my proof of insurance. You can see it says my effective date is from May the 19th, 2023 to May the 19th, 2024.
Right.
Had she filed an insurance claim at any time,
They would have called you immediately.
they would have called me immediately and said, hey, so-and-so from here has that. I never received a voicemail.
You've never
No
received any
communications.
information that they filed a claim with your
No,
insurance?
ma'am, this is the first I'm hearing of it.
Okay.
We're good. I think we're good. Both parties are excused. Thank you very much.
This courtroom is now in recess. Go ahead and exit.
Okay.
The doors to the...
Okay, so the issue is who is at fault?
Yes.
And from both diagrams, the first thing that I noticed is how far into the intersection the plaintiff's boyfriend, Mr. Graham, was.
Yes.
But according to her, she went into the intersection first and he sped into her, which makes zero sense to me, especially when you have an instructor in the front seat who is testing you for a driver's license. I don't...
Taking a driving test and you speed through the intersection as fast as you can to cut someone off? I mean...
It makes no sense.
It's outrageous.
I think it's more likely that she was hurrying up to catch up with.
And I'm glad you asked that, because I didn't even realize.
Because if you look at the damage, you see the damage.
The hubcap.
The hubcap was shattered by the impact. She had to be going very fast, the plaintiff couldn't have been responsible for it because he's going in this direction. It just doesn't make logistical
Her
sense.
method of how she gets to go at a stop sign is a 1, 2, 3. That was, I looked at you like, so does that mean at 3, no matter who's around, you're going?
That's
because
exactly
that
what it
is problematic. So,
and I wanted to point out, I think that her friend's testimony, that driving however far he was in front of her, that he saw in his rear view mirror the cars approaching that enormous of an intersection, I don't find him credible at all. I think this is all to sort of bolster, her case.
and it just doesn't make sense for you to come out of pocket for an accident that you say you didn't cause.
Right.
So it just doesn't add up. So
I agree.
as far as damages are concerned, she's entitled to the full amount that she's requesting for $5,000.
Yes.
I think so.
All right, we have a verdict.